Mahima here from Go Ask Now Academy. Hope you all are doing good. Today we will study Unit 9 or Chapter 11 Behavior of a Perfect Gases and Kinetic Theory of Gases. So, here in this chapter, the syllabus is Kinetic Theory, Equation of a State of a Perfect Gas, Work done in a compressing a gas, Kinetic Theory of the Gases Assumption, Concept of Pressure, Kinetic Interpretation of the Temperature, RMS speed of molecule, degree of freedom, law of equipartition of energy, statement and application to the specific heat capacity of the gases, concept of mean free path and Avogadro number. So this is the syllabus or the topic which we are going to cover in this chapter. So let's start with the perfect gas or ideal gas. Perfect or ideal, both are same. It means a perfect gas is an imaginary gas that satisfies the following condition. First is negligible interaction between the molecules. Second, its molecule occupy no volume, negligible molecular volume. Collision between the molecules are perfectly elastic. As the word shows, it's a perfect gas. So here when the collision happening between the two molecules, it is a perfectly elastic. It means no energy is lost during the collision. And it follows the Charles law, Boyle's law under all the condition of temperature and pressure. These are the some characteristics of a perfect gas. Now, equation of the state for an ideal gas. From the Boyle's law, P1V1 is equals to P2V2, where P1 and the V1 is the pressure and the volume for the gas state 1. P2 and the V2 is the pressure and the volume of the gas state 2. So, firstly, the temperature T will remain constant throughout the process 1 and 2. This is according to the Boyle's law. From the Charles law, V1 upon T1 is equals to V2 upon T2, where V1, T1 is the volume for the temperature of the gas state 1 and same for the V2, it will be for the gas 2 or for the state 2. And the pressure of the gas remains constant throughout the process again 1 and 2. Now combining these two laws, P1 V1 upon T1 is equals to P2 V2 T2. When we combine both the laws, Boyle's law and the Charles law, we get PV upon T is equals to constant, or we say PV is equals to KT. Here K is the proportionality constant and again K is equals to NK. This constant is equals to NK, where N is the number of molecule of gas and K is the Boltzmann constant. So here PV is equals to, we get NKT, we substitute the value of K. Now from the 1 gram mole gas, K may be replaced by the universal gas constant R. So PV is equals to RT. It means PV is equals to mu RT, or we can say mu is equals to small m upon capital M, where small m is the mass of the gas sample and capital M is the molecular weight. So when we put this in the equation 2, so here we get PB is equals to m upon m RT. Number of molecules for the 1 mole m and the gram mass Na is the Avogadro number. So gas is equals to n by capital M into m. So we get the ratio between m upon m is equals to n upon n. So we'll put this in the equation number 3, this equation, as we have a value of m and n both the ratios. So here we get PV is equals to m upon m RT or n upon n RT. So here we get n R by n then T. So this is the equation for the ideal gas or equation of the state for ideal gas. Here the dimension for the value R will be ml square T minus 2K minus 1 mole inverse, and value of R is 8.31 joule mole inverse and the Kelvin inverse. Dimension of value K, here K is ml square T minus 2 and the K minus 1. Value of K is 1.38 into 10 raised to the power minus 23 joule K inverse. Now postulate of the kinetic energy theory gases. So gas contains small individual particles called molecule. Molecules are identical and rigid in this elastic sphere, and they follow the Newton's law of motion as well. So the volume of all the individual molecule of the gases is small compared to the volume of entire gases. Here the volume of the small molecule or the individual molecule of the gases is small in compared to the volume of entire gas. There is no attractive or repulsive force between the molecules, hence the energy of the gas and kinetic energy. The molecules are always in the motion and in all the possible direction, and their velocities vary from 0 to infinity. When the two molecules come close to each other, a repulsive force acts between them, and due to which the speed and the direction of the motion molecule changes. And this particular changes or the collision between this is particular process is known as collision. The distance between the two consecutive collisions is called free path, and the average distance between the successive collision is called mean free path. From here we got the definition for collision, free path and the mean free path. Now the collision between the two molecules is perfectly elastic and the kinetic remains conserved. Here when the collision happens, the two molecules are perfectly elastic. So here the kinetic energy may remain conserved. The time of the impact is negligible compared to the time taken to traverse the free path. Now the pressure of an ideal gas. Pressure of an exerted by the ideal gas is equals to 2/3 of the transitional kinetic energy per unit volume, which is P is equals to 1/3 and mn upon V into V square, where V square is the mean square velocity of the molecule. And firstly, mn is the mass of the whole, V is the volume, and m upon V is equals to rho, which is density. So this will be 1/3 into mn upon V square, which is equals to 2/3 into 1/2. We can write this equation at like this: 2/3 to 1/2 rho B square. So we get 2/3 of E, which is according to the definition. So 1/2 rho is V square is equals to E, which is a transitional kinetic energy. So this is the pressure of an ideal gas. Now the root mean pressure of the speed gas of molecule. So the root mean speed of a molecule is defined as the square root of the mean speed of all the molecules. It means BRMS is under root of bar B square. We'll substitute the value till n. So the pressure of the gas is P is equals to 1/3 rho B square. So BRMS is equals to, we get whole square root of 3P upon rho. Now the interpretation of a temperature. We have studied the pressure, we have studied the root mean square pressure of the gas molecule. Now the interpretation of the temperature. So the root mean square of the molecule of the gas is directly proportional to the square root of the temperature, absolute temperature of the gas, which is Vrms whole square root of 3RT upon m. So Vrms is directly proportional to the square root of T, where T is equals to 0 and Vrms is equals to 0. So here the absolute 0 is that temperature at which motion of the molecule of the gas becomes 0, and no temperature below is absolute 0 is possible. Now the relation between the root mean square and the molecular weight. Here the ratio of the root of mean square is the speed of the molecule to different gases at the same temperature is inversely proportional to the square root. So the relation will be look like this: Vrms of 1, Vrms of 2, and the whole square root of m2 upon m1. Now the relation between the temperature and the molecular kinetic energy. So different gases at the same temperature have a same kinetic energy per molecule, and this energy is proportional to the absolute temperature of gas. It means firstly, average kinetic energy of the 1 mole gas will be equals to 3/2 RT. These all are the standard equations, okay? And also the average kinetic energy of the one molecule will be 1/n 3/2 RT, where n is the number of molecules in the 1 mole gas and R/n is the K Boltzmann constant, and average kinetic energy of the one molecule is 3/2 kT. Now thermal equilibrium. At the same temperature, all the gases have the same average kinetic energy. What is thermal equilibrium? The temperature is same, and here the gases have the same average kinetic energy per molecule, and there will be no exchange of kinetic energy among the molecules. So according to the kinetic energy of gas, there is no exchange of the kinetic energy between the two more masses than the gas said to be the thermal equilibrium. So this is about the thermal equilibrium case. Now explain the Boyle's law in the light of kinetic theory. So firstly, we know that Boyle's law PV is equals to constant, and also we know that P is equals to 1/3 of m and B and V square from the kinetic theory gas. M is the mass, N is the total number of molecule, V upon V is the volume, and bar B square is the mean square speed of the molecule, and PV is the constant. Explain the Charles law in the kinetic energy. Like the Boyle's law, we'll have to explain the Charles law. So according to the Charles law, V upon T is the constant. So P is equals to 1/3 m and B bar B square. Then B is equals to 2/3 n by P into 1/2 mv square. So we get here V is equals to 2/3 np 3/2 kt n upon P and then kt. So here P is the pressure and the total number of molecule is the n. So V by T is the constant for the constant. So this is the explanation with the help of kinetic energy for the Charles law. Now explain Avogadro law in the light of kinetic energy theory. So firstly, the law state the equal volume of all the gases under the same condition, temperature and the pressure contains equal number of molecules. So let us consider the two gases. first gas and the second gas. First gas is the volume V and mass of the each molecule is m1. Mass of the each another molecule is n1. So V1, so square in the bar is the mean square for the molecule, and same will do for the second. Now, from the kinetic theory of the gas, P is equals to 1 by 3 mn upon BV square. We have already started and discussed this. So we get BB is equals to 1 by 3 m1 n1 b1 square for the first one, and same for the second. Now, from equating the 1 and 2, here we get mn v1, mn m1 n1, and v1 it's a whole square, m2 n2, and v2 it's whole square. So when we combine this, we get 1 by 2 m1 n1 v1 square for the second gas as well. So from the kinetic energy of the gas, same temperature have the equal average translation of the kinetic energy, or we can conclude here at this n1 is equals to n2. So this is particular for the Avogadro law. Now, degree of freedom. So molecular degree of the freedom refer to the number of the ways of molecule in which they move and rotate, vibrate in the space. This is what degree of freedom means. So law of equipartition of energy. This law state of a system particle is in equilibrium state at the absolute temperature T. Then the average kinetic energy per particle associated with the each degree of freedom is n by I half kT, where k is the Boltzmann constant. This is the law of equipartition for the energy. Total internal energy of an ideal gas. So the total internal energy of the ideal gas is entirely of the kinetic energy of the molecules, and there is no internal potential energy. So here the molar specific is Cp upon Cv, and the ratio will be like this, Cp upon Cv, and which is gamma is equals to 1 plus 2f. Also, in the degree of freedom, we have three types of degree freedom exist: transitional, rotational, and the vibrational. So firstly, transitional means that transitional degree of freedom arise from the gas molecule ability to move freely in the space. The molecule move from x, y, and z, and the Cartesian coordinate system. A gas molecule is the not restricted in which direction it may move, and it has three transitional degree of a freedom, and this holds for the all gas molecules when they are the monoatomic, diatomic, or polyatomic. Now, as this is for the transitional. Now for the rotational, molecules rotational degree of the freedom represent the degree number of unique ways molecules may rotate in the space and about in an axis, and this axis may pass through the atom or the bond. The monoatomic gas molecules has a no rotational degree of the freedom. Here it is same for the monoatomic, diatomic, but here monoatomic gases molecule has a no rotational degree. A diatomic like H2 or HCl has a rotational degree of freedom, where polyatomic molecules may either 2 or 3 rotational degree of the freedom depending on the geometry of the molecule. Now for the vibrational case, the number of vibrational degree of a freedom molecule is determined by examining the number of unique ways the atom within the molecule vibrate, and diatomic molecule has only one vibrational degree of freedom. The number of degree freedom of each process with the molecule depend on the both number of atom in the molecule and the geometry of the molecule. So with the geometry referring to the way and in which the atoms are arranged in the space. So this is about the types of degree of freedom. See, first for the atmosphere, translation degree is different. Rotational is 0, for the vibrational 0, it's total 3. For the linear one, transitional is 3, rotational is 2, and vibrational it is 4. Total it will be 9. For the non-linear thing, it will be like 3, 3, 3, and then 9. For the linear, it's 3, 3, and 5. So this is the degree of freedom for the different cases. Now, mean free path. So here the mean free path is the average of the distance traveled by the molecule between the two successive collision. It is directly proportional to the absolute temperature and inversely proportional to the number of inversely proportional to the pressure of gas. So mean free path will be equals to total distance covered by the fixed time, and second is its whole upon number of collision during that time. So mathematically it will be like kT upon under root 2 pi d square p, wherein is the number of molecule per unit volume, T is an absolute temperature, D is the diameter of molecule, P is the pressure of gas. Now Avogadro number. Avogadro number is the number of molecule in the 1 mole of a substance, and it is equals to this number is already predefined or fixed. Standard number it is 6.022 into 10 raised to the power 23, and it is same for all substance. This is the Avogadro number. Estimation of the atomic gases of an element of molecules of the compound using Avogadro number. So mass of an atom m is equals to m upon n, and where m is the gram atomic and weight of the element, gram molecular weight of the compound, and n is the Avogadro number. So estimation of the number of atom in a given mass is number of atom into gram of an element. N is equals to n by n, where m is the number gram atomic weight of an element and n is the Avogadro number. Now from the concept which we have cleared or covered, from that we get some key equation and the formulas. So let's divide it. Firstly, perfect ideal gas equation P1 V1 upon T1 P2 V2 upon T2 PV is equals to NKT. For the 1 gram mole gas PV is equals to RT. For the mu gram it will be PV equals to mu RT. PV is equals to M upon M RT. Pressure of an ideal gas is P is equals to 1 by 3 M and B, and it's B square. And for the another one, P is equals to rho V square. Rho is the density of gas. Root mean square Vm is under root V square, then V1 square, V2 square, V3 square till Vn will go at whole upon n. And also Vrm is 3p upon rho, 3rt upon m for the different conditions. And molecular kinetic energy, average molecular kinetic energy, 1 mole is 3 by 2 r by n into t. N is the Avogadro number. And the average molecular kinetic energy of the one molecule is 3 by 2 kT. K is the Boltzmann. Number of degree of freedom for the law partition or equipartition of the energy for different for the kinetic energy. Average kinetic energy each degree of freedom is half kT. Total will be half f kT. F is the degree of freedom. Total kinetic energy of the mu moles, it will be half mu of RT, and molar is specific heat of the relation between them. Cb is equals to half Fr, Cp is equals to F by 2 plus 1 by R, and that's gamma is equals to Cp upon Cv 1 upon 1 plus 2 upon F. Cp minus Cv is equals to R. Mean free path equation is also given. R lambda is equals to 1 by root 2 pi and d square, as where d is the diameter molecule, and pi is equals to kT root 2 pi d square p. P is the pressure of gas. Now let's move forward with the 1 marks question. Every gas behaves like an ideal gas at low pressure and a high temperature. When the pressure is low and the temperature is high, every gas will behave like a perfect, we can say, ideal gas. Pressure P of the ideal gas and its average kinetic energy volume is related to P is equals to 2 by 3rd of E. We have already started in the statement. Now our bird is flying in the sky. The degree of freedom in the motion is 3 only. It will depend whether it's linear, whether it's translational, rotational, and on the basis of that you can conclude the degree of freedoms. What is meant by the Boltzmann constant? Boltzmann constant is always equals to the universal gas constant upon Avogadro number. Now these are some 1 marks question. Let's move forward with the 2 marks question. Calculate the root mean square of the smoke value is given, and the Brownian motion is NTP K is equals to given. So we know the equation, which is half mb RMS square is equals to 3 by 2 kT. We'll substitute all the values and we'll keep V RMS one side, as we'll have to find the root mean square. So when we solve it or simplify the equation here, we get V RMS is equals to 1.503 into 10 to the power minus 2 meter per second. So whatever the equations we have studied for the perfect gas, for the Boltzmann and all, on the basis of that only we'll have to find out the values of different Riemann scale and all. Another question is, two vessels A and B are identical. A has a 1 gram hydrogen at a 0 degree Celsius and B is 1 gram oxygen at 0 degree Celsius. Oxygen 16 times heavier than the hydrogen. So which vessel does contain more molecules and how much? Second is, in which vessel the pressure of the gas higher and how much? Third is, in which vessel the average speed of the molecules is larger and how much? So firstly, according to the first condition, vessel A contain n number of the molecules, okay, and vessel B contain n by 16 number of the molecules according to the question. So n is the Avogadro number. So vessel A contains a more number of molecules. Number of molecule in the vessel A is 16 times of the number of molecule vessel B. That's why it will contain more. Second is, in which vessel the pressure of the gas higher and how much? So for the given volume, the gas pressure is proportional to the number of molecules. So vessel A contain more molecules, so the pressure of the gas A will be more in the vessel. Vessel B, so pressure A is equals to 16 times pressure in the V. A pressure will be more. Third is in which vessel the average speed of the molecules is larger and how much at a given temperature. So VRMS is directly proportional to, inversely proportional to 1 upon root m. M is the molecular mass. Since molecular mass of the hydrogen is less than that of oxygen, so velocity of the hydrogen in the vessel A will be more. So RMS speed of the molecule in the vessel A is equals to 4 times RMS speed of molecules of the vessel B. Okay. Now, for a hydrogen, the molecular specific heat at the constant volume is 5 by 2 R in the temperature range of 250 and 750 Kelvin. At the lower temperature, the value of the decrease to about 3 by 2 R. At a high temperature, it tends to the value of 7 by 2 R explained. So, molar specific heat of the constant value is Cb is equals to F by 2 R, where F is the degree of freedom, and at the temperature we have 250 and 750. So, Cb is equals to 5 by 2 R. At the lower temperature, degree will decrease and it will become 3. So, it will be Cb is equals to 3 by 2. And higher temperature, the hydrogen molecule operating with a different degree freedom will become 7. So, it will be 7 by 2R. So, it will be different for the different temperature. Degree of freedom will be different only. Now, let's move ahead with the 3 marks question. What is ideal or perfect gas under the condition of a pressure and the temperature? Can gas be assumed or ideal gas? Determine the gas constant and for the 1 gram mole of a gas. So firstly, the definition of the ideal gas. So an ideal gas is an imaginary gas that satisfies the following condition: negligible interaction between the molecules. Its molecule occupy no volume, negligible molecule volume. Collision between the molecule and the perfectly elastic and the no energy loss after colliding. Follow the Charles law, Boyle's law and the law of pressure under all condition of temperature and the pressure. So this is the ideal gas and its characteristic. Ideal gas behave more like an ideal gas at the higher temperature and the lower temperature. This is the speciality of a ideal gas. As the potential energy due to the intermolecular force becomes less, the significant compared with the particles kinetic energy, the size of the molecule become less and the significant compared to the empty is between them. So now let's determine the value of constant over here. According to the Avogadro hypothesis NTP, V is equals to 22.4 liter. We'll convert in the meter. Then P is equals to 1.013 into 10 to the power 5 Newton meter and minus 2. T value is also already given. Now the gas constant on the 1 gram mole of the gas R is equals to PV upon T. So here we get the value of R is equals to 8.31 joule mole inverse and Kelvin inverse. Obtain the dimensional formula for the R. So PV is equals to μRT, which is the ideal gas equation. So we rearrange it and we get R is equals to PV upon mu T. We substitute the value of all the dimensional formula of P, B and T. So here we get the value of R is equals to mL square T minus 2 and K minus 1. So this is all about the kinetic energy. Now let's move ahead with the 5 marks question. So here state the law of equipartition of energy. Using the law, show that for the perfect gas F degree freedom and where gamma is equals to 1 plus 2 upon F. So law of equipartition energy, what actually it is. So law state if a system of the particle is in equilibrium at the absolute temperature T, then the average kinetic energy particle associated with the each degree freedom is 1 by 2 of the KT, where K is the Boltzmann constant. This is a law of equipartition energy. So now let us consider the temperature T, number of molecules N, F is the freedom, number of degree freedom, K is the now kinetic energy associated with the each molecule will be half FKT, and total kinetic energy with the number of molecule will be half n FKT. There is no potential energy since there is a no intermolecular force of an ideal gas. So total internal energy U will be equals to half n FKT, or which is equals to half FRT. So dt is the rise of temperature, dq is the Cb dt, and where Cb is the specific heat. So from the first law of thermodynamics, we know that du is equals to dq minus dw. So dw is equals to 0 since the volume remains constant. So du is equals to dq and du is equals to Cp dt. So we rearrange this equation and we get Cb is equals to differentiation of 1 by 2 FRT. Cb is equals to half into Fr after differentiating. We get Cp minus Cv is equals to R. So Cp is equals to half of Fr plus R. So we get Cp is equals to half F by 2 and R. So gamma, when we rearrange it, we get gamma is equals to 1 plus 2f. Hence, here it is proved. We'll using the law of equivalent energy. We just prove that a perfect gas having a half degree of freedom, which is this. Now, let's go ahead with the numerical based question. The reading of a simple barometer containing some air above the mercury column is 73 centimeter, while the reading of a correct barometer is 76 centimeter. If the tube of the tube of the faulty barometer is pushed down to the mercury until the volume air is reduced to its previous volume, then what will be new reading of the faulty barometer? So let the new reading of the barometer will be is equals to h centimeter of mercury. From the Boyle's law, 76 minus 73V, which is equals to 76 minus h as both the different variated temperatures, and is equals to V by 2. V is the volume of air. So we get here 6 is equals to 76 minus h. So we get the value of h is equals to 70, which is the new reading of the faulty barometer. Okay. The pressure of an ideal gas is filled with the constant volume, which is 7 degrees Celsius at a 60 centimeter of a mercury. What will be the pressure of the same volume of gas at a 147 degrees Celsius? So, volume of remaining constant P1 T1 is equals to P2 T2. P1 is already given. T1 is equals to 7 plus 273. So, we get here 280. And T2 is equals to 147 plus 273. So, here we get 420. So we'll put the values 60 by 280 and P2 420. Here we get P2 is equals to 90 centimeter. This is the value of a pressure. The pressure for the same volume of the gas at 147, it will be 90 centimeter. The volume of a balloon filled with the partially helium at 30 centimeter cube at the Earth's surface, where the pressure is 76 centimeter, temperature will be 27, and if the balloon rises in the height where the pressure is 7.6, the temperature is minus 54 degrees Celsius, then what will be the volume of gas? So we'll use the relation P1 B1 upon T1 is equals to P2 V2 upon T2. So we get P1 is equals to 76, we have P2 is equals to 7.6 centimeter. V1 also we have substitute all the values. So we have T1, T2. When we substitute, we get the value of B2. The new volume or the volume of gas will be 219 meter cube. So simply with the ideal gas equation, we have just calculated the value of volume. Now, another question is the velocity of the 10 molecules of any gas is V0, 2V, 4V, 2V, V, 3V, 5V. So calculate the root mean square. So we have that formula Vrms is equals to V square plus 0 plus 4B square plus 16 and all. So when we solve it, we get Vrms is equals to whole square root of 70B square upon 10, which is equals to 2.64. So, wait, which is equals to 6.24. So here, this is only the value of Vrms or the calculated root mean square of velocity. The root mean square of the velocity helium atom at the room at a normal temperature, its pressure is 1300 meter per second. So we have to calculate the density of the volume at 0 degree and the mass of helium atom. So firstly, we have the formula, which is P is equals to 1 by 3 rho Vrms its whole square. P is the pressure, rho is the density of the gas, and Vrms is the root mean square of velocity. So we'll put the values, and here we get 10 raised to the power 5 with 1 by 3. We substitute all the values over here in this formula, and we get the value of density rho is equals to 0.1775 kg. So firstly, very carefully read the demand of question, and on the basis of that only apply all the formulas. Here's, if you can see, we have applied the formula and we'll find out the value of density, because we know that here in this formula, density is playing role. So from this only we can calculate the value of density. Now second is as the mass of the volume. So we know that using the we have a formula m is equals to m by n. So m is the mass. So capital M also we have, which is atomic weight of helium, which is 4. Avogadro number is already we have. So when we solve, we get value of m is equals to 6.64 into 10 raised to the power minus 24 kg, which is the mass of a helium atom. Find the average kinetic energy of the gas molecule, firstly for the monoatomic gas and second for the diatomic gas at 20 degrees Celsius. So average kinetic energy is half F kT. F is the degree of freedom, K is the Boltzmann constant, and T value is 20 plus 273, which is 293 Kelvin. For monoatomic gas, F is 3. So Ke is equals to half, we'll substitute the value 3 into 1 by 3 into 9 to the power minus 3. So we get the kinetic energy for the monoatomic gas will be 6.065 into 10 to the power minus 21, and for the diatomic, the degree of freedom will be different, will be 5. So with respect to 5, we get another value of diatomic gases. It will be 10.11 into 10 to the power minus 21 joule. Now, after the numerical, we have case-based question. So on the basis of case, we'll have to answer few questions. So according to the case, atomic hypothesis in the ancient India and the Greece, though John Dalton is credited with the introduction of atomic viewpoint in a modern science scholar in ancient Indian and a Greece conjurated law long before the existence of atoms and molecules, and in a Vesica school of thought in Indian founded for the Kannada 6th century. Atomic pressure developed in the considerable atoms were thought to be the eternal, individual, and indefinite and finitesimal and ultimate part of a matter. It was argued that if the matter could be subdivided within n, then there would be no difference of a mustard seed and a Meru mountain. The four kind of atom we Parmanu Sanskrit word, which is the smallest particle postulated, which will be like earth, water, fire, and air, and that may have a characteristics of the mass and other attributes were the propounded. Akash, or we say space, was thought to have no atomic structure and was continuous and inert. To atom combined to form the different molecules. Example, two atom of the combined from the diatomic molecules, and Divinica 3 atom and Trinica for the 3 atom and triatomic molecules, and their property depending upon the nature and the ratio of the constituent atom, and the size of the atom was also estimated and the conjurated by the method and are not known to us. The estimated vary. The famous biography for the Buddha written by mainly 2nd century BC and estimated in the close to be the modern estimated atomic size of the order 10 by 10 m, and in ancient Greece, Democritus 4th century BC is best known for the atomic hypothesis, and the word atom is meant to be the indivisible in the Greek. So according to him, the atoms of the different aid each other physically in a shape, size, and other properties of this resulted in the different property of the substance. The atom of the water may be this smooth and the round and unable to hook to on the each other, by which the liquid will flow easily, and the atom of the earth object, and so they help hard substance, and the atom of fire throny, which why it is caused to pain, and one this fascinating ideas despite and the ingenuity could not evolve much and further, perhaps because of they were intuitive and conjurous to be the speculation not tested, modified by the quantitative experiments in the hallmark of the modern science. So this is the text. Now on the basis of that, we have some question. In the Greek, atom means indivisible, which means the atom means indivisible in the Greek. From here only we got this. In which biography the size of the atom was estimated close to the modern estimated. It's a biography of Buddha. In the last only we have started. So simply whatever the this context we have studied, on the basis of that we will have to answer these questions. So this is only the case-based case-based study. And again on the subjective based, you have one subject, and on the basis of that you will have to answer a few and the numerical based question. So just properly read each and every line, and from there only you will get the questions of the respected answers of the respected question. Now let's move ahead with the last part. This is assertion and the reason. So we have assertion and reason, and we'll have to find which is correct, which is wrong and all. So firstly, for assertion is there, the non-rigid diatomic molecule has a total energy which is 7 by 2 kBT. Reason is also given to us, which is non-rigid diatomic molecule gas had a 3 transitional degree of freedom and the 2 rotational degree of the freedom and the 1 vibrational mode. So here firstly, non-rigid and diatomic molecule has a 3 transitional degree of the freedom and the 2 degree. This is already we have studied the concept there, and 1 vibrational mode. So each transitional degree of the freedom contribute 1 by 2 K by T, each rotational degree freedom will be 1 by 2 and the each vibration volume will be K by T amount of energy. So the assertion and the reason both are true and the reason explains the assertion. They both are associated, reason is associated with the assertion and as well as they both are correct. Another is a gas that specifies PV is equals to mu RT and exactly at all the pressure and the temperature is defined as an ideal gas. So, and second is no real gas is a truly ideal. So here, firstly, gas satisfy the PV and RT. Yes, we know this is the ideal equation. So yes, first assertion is correct. But no real gas is truly ideal. So no, we cannot say like this as we have already studied for that respect at a particular temperature or low temperature and all. Gas can be ideal. So this reason is not correct. Option B is the correct. Sorry. Here the no real gas is the truly ideal. It means that we haven't gas and firstly uh, just when we talk about only the real gas, so yes, it is correct that no real gas is the truly ideal. So when we see the option both are correct, both A and B are correct, but B, R is not the correct explanation for the A. Like it is not selfish sufficient for to explain the assertion as well. Now let's move ahead with one more question, which is like assertion is there the ratio of the specific heat of the gas at the constant pressure and the specific heat at a constant volume for the diatomic gas, then that for the monatomic gas. The reason is the molecule of the monatomic gas have a more degree freedom than those of diatomic molecule. So firstly, explanation is like Cp upon Cv is equals to 5 by 3 for the monatomic. For the diatomic, there will be 7/5. So it's correct for it's less than as it's saying. So yes, it is correct. Assertion is correct. But the degree of freedom of the monatomic gas is 3 and set of diametric gas 6, and the reason is false. As according to the reason, the molecules of a monatomic gas have a more degree. So it's not possible as according to the degree of freedom is different 3 and 5. So this is all about the chapter number 11. This is the self-assessment paper, which is totally based on the questions which you have covered and like the concept you have covered in this chapter number 11. Still, if you have any doubts or any question or you want the teacher to guide you personally, please join our 1-to-1 live tutoring at Go Ask Now Academy. And there we will help you to learn every concept with the ease. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next chapter. Video will be uploaded soon. Thank you very much.